Welcome to the World Series of Board Gaming's vlog that I'll probably put on Room and Board. Yeah, I'm going to put on Room and Board. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Room and Board. Oh, it's a tough life managing 2 YouTube channels. I'm a YouTube mogul is what I'm saying. We're here in my little room again, and I'll take you on a walk as well. And this is WSBG. I'm working at WSBG in case you don't know. And if you don't, I guess I don't talk about it enough, but I try to keep them separate. I work for the World Series of Board Gaming. I'm the director of production. That is the title that I gave myself. And right now I am just setting up for the day. It is Saturday. Keith and I got in last night. Keith is who you will see on the vlog. He's my buddy who's a magician, a fantastic magician, Keith Brown. If you ever need a magician, you know who to call. He's very busy and booked. And we're going to be setting up today. This is going to be the streaming room. And so I'm going to turn you around to see the chaos right now. So it doesn't look like much right now, but there's all my stands that I'm getting up. I'm getting my lighting stuff set up. This is where I will be sitting. There'll be a bunch of camera equipment there, and there will be sort of a backdrop and a backdrop. But I figured that might be fun to do, to give you a little behind the scenes and early look, and then you can see how it changes in terms of all the work that it takes to set up for an event. You can see out here, I'm going to be quiet, but they're setting up for the event. They're putting out all the tables for the tournament. They're going to be putting the chairs down, etc. And then over there is where we will have the finals kind of set up as we run cable all back around here and forward. But I'll walk you through my setup when it is sort of set up. Then if we walk this way, sure, I'll take you on a tour. And then I'll take you on a tour again, I guess. Many tours to a course. Okay. We walk this way. This is where the main sort of tournament hall will be set up. And then they have set up for Saturday. It is open gaming Saturday. And then we're also having the War Gaming Invitational, which is just, War of the Ring. And there's another one too. Twilight Struggle? Probably Twilight Struggle. But yeah, it's starting to cook up right now. The PC people are setting up to get for the Outer Ring, the War Gaming Championships. That's going to be set up over there. We have Dice Tower West Library that's happening over there. And that's Marcy right there. Marcy's the best. No, this is for my vlog. Marcy's the best. Marcy's my favorite person of the staff. Don't tell the others. This is Game Theory Tables little area where we're going to have sort of like celebrity games, and just to highlight them because they're a sponsor of the main event. And then down there are people playing games, etc. And then over here is where the stage is going to be. So at the beginning of, I think it's the stage. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and Crokinole, Tracy Boards, is here as well. Their Crokinole boards are very nice, certainly better than Mayday's. Even if Mayday likes to steal their designs and their pictures and then send a board to their manufacturer in China and say, please, please, please make one like this. Oh, good. That answers my question of, I need these 4 tables. Oh, sweet. I haven't seen these yet. This is like a custom mat. Oh, there are a bunch of custom mats. Oh, this is awesome. This is sweet. Look at that. That's amazing. It's got all the sponsor logos. Man, I want one. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, Chip Theory Games has donated a copy of 20 Strong to every single swag bag, and there's like 1,000 or more. So it's pretty friggin' great. These are awesome. And then here's the stage where we're going to be presenting all of the rings. And then over there is kind of like the Outer Ring tournament as well. So it's going to be a pretty fun time. And I'll show you more when it actually gets up and cooking and whatever. But yeah, that's the first look. What's happening right now is John Hagmeyer has decided to come up with a tournament of awesomeness. No, I'm setting up. But the great John Hagmeyer has created this tournament of champions. The Tournament of Awesomeness Champions. I'm just vlogging. And you can see everybody's lined up there, ready to rock and roll. So as an opening day event.
Just tell them when to stop. Keep track of it until we get to 1,000.
All right.
All right, here's the deal on alcohol. If at any point you feel it necessary, I trust your judgment, but you need to go get a second beer, a second Collins, I would say mosey on up and just grab another one. That's on us. All right?
Asker immediately goes.
Well, yeah, it's on. All right, here we go. We're going to go through how this is going to work. Yes, you are going to complain about it. If you do, you will lose points. Just so you know. Jeff is halfway player of the year. He can complain. I lose points. All right, because the person, the coolest team name gets to drop first, just for an extra.
I'm glad I was here for the start.
All right. I am the judge of the coolest team name. You guys are gonna yell it out. All right, I have to say, the best team name, hands down, in my world. You really think it was the last word? It was not. I have to say, it was the cool team name. That was just great. Come on, that was witty.
Really, it's just whichever one you can remember.
It was the only one I could remember. Thank you. All right, you guys come on up here. Everybody else, Shane, where do you want everybody else?
All right. I have to keep on setting up, or else, but maybe I'll pop back in and try to see the results of whatever John Tournament of Champions. I'm fairly certain that John and Shane are making this up as they go along. John had a great idea. He's like, listen, it's gonna be the best thing ever. Best team name, gonna give $1,000 to charity. And then there's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. I know it's gonna be wild and zany and and at some points, probably underwhelming. And at other points, really great. So, well, I guess we'll see. But anyway, for me, we can see the War of the Ring tournament that's happening right now. They're still in the throes of the War Game Invitational of the War of the Ring. For me, though, I'm heading back to make sure I continue the setup with the delightful Keith Brown. So that's what we're going to do. So, Keith, before you go, how was today?
So it was pretty good.
Mhm.
There was moments of...
This is for Ruined Board Vlog, so, it's not for WSBG official.
Oh, so I can tell the truth?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah,
In that case, today was complete... No, today was pretty good. We did have, a major issue.
We did, yeah.
Where some of our tech from last year, which is running the cable from the game boards to the control room, didn't work.
It doesn't work.
As
Just
well
not at
as we didn't have access to that room. So it was like, hey, we had 3 hours, 4 hours of setting up the control room, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we have a major problem.
Yeah.
And it needs to be solved.
Yeah.
And we solved 1/3 of it.
Yeah.
Or 1/4 of it. So we do have a working system,
Yep.
but it's not what yesterday was or last year was.
We're on contingency number 4.
Yeah.
But hopefully by tomorrow we'll get back to contingency number 2, and maybe if the gods smile upon us, plan A.
Plan A, yeah. We'll be back to plan A. But honestly, today was pretty good.
Yeah.
We have a working system. It is set up. It's just not the ideal outcome that we wanted, but when is it ever? So, yeah, I don't know. I feel pretty good for tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. See ya. I'm
See
going to
ya.
show you all the system.
Okay, bye.
See you, buddy. Yeah. So I'll show you what we're doing, because you saw it a little bit before. And man, it was a stressful day. But I'll turn you around so that I can cry a bit behind the camera and you can't see. So here we go. We're a bit more set up. You probably recognize this from last time. We have more tech over here. Some very well organized stuff that definitely works over there. And over here, that's going to be where the main commentary is set up. There we have our monitor, and commentary has their monitor right there. And then over here, this commentary B, in case we want to cut over to somebody like Stephen Bonacore, who would give us the updates of everything else. We got some lights set up as well. We have this with a couple of powered USB buses, which is currently still taking power from my computer, which I should unplug those. I should unplug those. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. If they're not powered, they're powered by a computer. Look at that. We also have this friggin' bomb Insta360 webcam, which is being completely underutilized as just the green screen. But we have plans for that for later on in terms of like replacing some stuff. Over here is the organization. We have to still set up the green screen. And now I'm just giving you my list. Renee gets mad at me for that. Well, not mad, but whatever. She says, "You're not even talking to me. You're just telling me your list." And I said, "Yes, that's how I relate to people. I just tell you things that I need to do because that's how I share my day." Over here, we have a little area where we're going to be taking the green screen ring photos as well. You can see beautiful taping of some cables that don't work. And then I got tired, and then I decided to tape it all necessarily. And then over here, as we walk over, the beautiful Chris Yee is doing some final stuff. He's going to send me a couple intro videos to put into the scene. We have our lovely 2024 sponsors. And then I have all of my little C-SANs set up. As well, the phone setups of where they're going to be. And then over here, this is going to be our streaming table where these will hopefully be replaced. But we're back to 2022 for now, but we still have one top-down camera that is a camera that's working as we get these little HDMI extenders to work. But isn't this, I already showed this table earlier, but this table's friggin' cool AS. Cool AS. Cool AS ANYTITHING. Cool as anything. I'm tired. Let me look at myself. Look at myself when I'm talking to you. I am quite tired. But we still have some plans. It was nice that we have 4 contingencies. It was very nice. It wasn't. It was very stressful, and I want to die. But this is just the first day. So what a lovely way to start. 2022 I was more stressed on the first day, and I've got Keith to help me, who's friggin' great. So it's nice having Keith in my corner and both of us being able to troubleshoot and to try to solve some things. And I thought I'd get some free time this year. But here's the real amazing addition to this year. We got a kettle. You better believe it. We got bags of ramen. And that's going to really up-level my entire game because normally I just deal with my bag of nuts. This time, I got a box of nuts. And honestly, well, I'm going to run out. But at least I had dinner. Don't tell my mother. Oh, no, she watches. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. And I hope everybody had fun at the Weird John extravaganza. I'm glad I got to catch a piece of it. Honestly, I'm super happy I got to catch a piece of it. Because John was like, "You'll be able to come play in it, won't you?" And I said, "Oh, John. Oh, no, I'm sure that there will be many things going horribly, horribly wrong. However, we'll make it work. We'll make it work so that everybody can at least see the games that are going on. Worst comes to worst, we can always film it. We can always do it in post-production and make sure everybody gets their moment in the sun." So I'm excited to hit tomorrow, running full steam, seeing the people get ready to take on the world and each other, because this is the World Series. Okay, kiss, kiss. Good night. I'll see you instantly, I think. Well, end of day 2. This is the end of the haul. We can see Shane's also packing it in, coming down the mountain. Today was very tough. We got to contingency plan D, and many things went wrong, but eventually we got back to plan A, and then things are going good, so I'm very optimistic for tomorrow. And it's only midnight, which is a real big win for me, because that means I get like 7 hours of sleep, which is fantastic. It's the most amount of sleep I've ever wanted. Who needs 8 hours? Not me. Yeah, out here we've got people probably finishing up with some fun games, and I'm excited to see how tomorrow shapes up. We had a bunch of tournaments. We got some people doing some playing. Oh, looks like Matthias is playing some Ark Nova with some people. Lots of people still hanging out playing games and bustling at midnight. But for me, I'm gonna go get some sleep. And yeah, so many things went wrong. But Keith and I managed to overcome, which was very fantastic, and I'm feeling very, very good. So off to bed for now. But yeah, I hope everybody else keeps enjoying. And we'll see you tomorrow. I don't even know what we're streaming, but we're gonna find out. We'll have the award ceremony in the morning, and then we'll see. All right. Now it's actually time for bed. I just like chatting to people. I just had a great chat with Andrew. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to everybody. But I was just talking to Andrew, so sorry. Andrew gets the specific shout out. Yeah, we were just chatting about the event. Said that I really liked it and that I wasn't a liar, so that's nice. Yeah, it's just like I'm normally holed up in my little hole, my little streaming hole, and I don't get to see as many people or hang out with as many people or play games with people that much while I'm working. But it's just it's really nice to hang out and just chat for a bit and talk about games and talk his ear off about the ones that I like and yeah. So, but now I'm at the point where that was me opening my room. Because here's a pro tip. Pro tip is turn the light on. Pro tip, keep your room key in your badge and never forget it. Or you'll forget both and then you'll just be miserable. But I also am at the point, which is probably not good for day one, which, oh no, it's day one. Yeah, oh, it's day one. Okay, I gotta go to bed. It's probably not good at day one when the elevator feels like a roller coaster. So either almost was gonna snap and I was gonna die, which don't like that, or I've gotten very old and I can't even ride an elevator anymore without getting seasick. Don't like that. Or the stress and tiredness is probably trying to catch up to me. And I need to go to bed. So thanks for being here. I'll see you all in the morning. We just got the opening ceremonies happening. We're gonna honor all the people who made it to the final table. Yeah.
Okay, first thing we're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the intro. Boom, boom, number one. Yeah, there we go. Another ring. Well, I am currently offloading some footage from all of these buddies. Today, in the early morning, we had our opening ceremonies. Yeah, I had a moment that I was thinking of. I was like, man, I should vlog because you're feeling happy about people. And then I realized I don't want to give you my happiness. I just want to give you facts. I got facts for you. Everybody here is great. I feel bad being in my little cave because I want to see and hang out with people. And I feel like when I was out filming the early intro, whatever, I was talking to people were coming up to me, but I also felt like there was some, when it's that like, I should go talk to that person. Oh, they're busy. I'm never too busy to talk to people. I mean, like, that's probably untrue, but I want it to be true. So yeah, if I missed you or whatever, I don't know. Sorry, but thanks for being here. It's nice. It's a nice day. Our tech is just chilling and relaxing and taking a little break, a much-deserved break. Somebody tripped over my cords this morning, and I really hope my system still works. But Keith and we fixed it up, and when we get it going, I'm going to record I'll show you what all the different scenes and stuff that we have going on if you want to see the behind the scenes, because that's essentially what this is. I'm in my little room, but it was nice. Oh, I got to hang out with Alex and Meg last night for a bit. We just chatted and hung out, which was great because they commentated on the Ticket to Ride tournament, and so that was the last thing that I had to stream, and so we were able just to kind of chat and catch up afterwards, which was really nice. So I hope everybody's playing lots of games, and I'm going to keep on offloading my footage and categorizing it so that later on we can bring you all the action from the people who weren't live streamed, which, what am I doing? That's the background. This is the background. I got nothing else to say. Honestly, this vlog is going to be me repeating myself over and over because I just am streaming starting at 1 o'clock and going until 12, and then doing that every day. And then waking up in the morning and offloading and categorizing footage and hopefully not having to troubleshoot anymore. This has been a very, very stressful couple of days, but that's why you have contingency plans. And we're back to plan A, baby, and I hope we stay there because you do not want to know what plan F is. Contingency plan F, it sucks. Well, no, it's really just we don't live stream. We film it, and then we edit it really quickly, and then we get people to commentate on it as if it's live, and then we post it. So we don't want to do that. That's if everything fails, we'll still be able to film it and make sure everybody gets their day in the sun, which is great. Yeah, hung out with Min and Elvin, the designers of Lost Ruins of Arnak, this morning, so they're pretty stoked to be here, and they're going to be coming up to later tonight, which will be sweet. Yeah, it'll be a good day. Good day, excited. Maybe I'll even get to leave this place. But we've got our ramen here. We've got some peanut butter, and we got some bread. So really, who needs the sun when you have this fluorescent light that doesn't turn off? It's like toast, but breader. Mm-hmm. It's toast but breader. You know who the real MVP is. It's not Keith. It's not me. It's our sweet instant ramen supply, which we should have gotten more. We should have gotten more. Oh no, it's Monday. Okay, we got 2 more each. Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, we just had a great stream. Great in that I had to only have one single camera, and also great. Tom and Alex were talking about, is crowdfunding waning? I know YouTube kind of shows some things, but maybe if I remember, I'll put a link to it down below. It was really good. It was really good. Alex shared a bunch of stuff, and I was like, man, it's like I'm up there myself talking. I loved Alex bringing the numbers, and so yeah, it was a fun topic, and obviously me being so entrenched in the crowdfunding sphere, I was excited to hear their responses and interested in what they had to say, and agreed with a lot of it. So highly recommend checking it out. It was a really nice little discussion back and forth between the two of them. Now we're gonna get ready, see if we can implement a card camera. I know we're getting greedy. We got 6 cameras going, but let's get the 7th. And if we can get a card camera into the setup, maybe we can get a feature player for Lost Ruins of Arnak. I think that might be fun and exciting. So that's what we're working on now. But first, to the MVP. Honestly, I miss my kimchi ramen from Costco. That's what I miss. But we'll deal. Well, that's it. Another day done. I did never walk you through my stream, did I? Will I make that promise for the rest of this vlog? Yes. Will I consistently forget about it? Yes. 8 of the 16 games are done. It's around 1 a.m. I've torn down the cameras. I'm going to offload them in the morning. I got to wake up in the morning to... I don't know why I do this to myself. Somebody else could probably do it, but I'm doing it. I did get some Dominoes. So there was that, and I was accosted by 2 women on my way to get Dominoes who said that if I shared it with them, they would let me eat it off of them. I did not take them off on the offer. The streaming room is for streaming only, and not those sorts of streams. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it in. This is a room and board vlog. But you know, I wonder what it was about me. Was it my bedraggled look? Was it my rainbow hat? They did ask if I liked boys, and that's why I was turning them down. I said no. And then they said, well, do you have a... I said, I have a girlfriend. And they said, well, she's not here, is she? And I said, no. And they said, well, they really wanted that pizza. But unfortunately, WSBG comes first. It's just how I am, how committed I am to the job. The things I do for the board games.
We are matched. Great.
Oh, did we change the source on P4?
We shouldn't have. Oh, you know what? It's because I duplicated the thing. So we'll go to P4.
Oh, instead of reference?
Never gonna die.
Hey, Keith. You want to show some sweet card cams?
Card cam. On top and bottom, baby. Yeah. Ooh, that's me touching buttons.
We're never gonna die.
So exciting. Never.
Well, this portion was going to be maybe me showing you the setup, but I think I've done it. and I think I should just keep on saying I'm going to show the setup and then never show it. I mean, like I showed the before and after and whatever, but I was going to walk you through the system. I don't even know if that's interesting to people. But that's not what this section is about. This section is going to be lovely friends because I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. I got to see two of my patrons, Gary and Jessica, for like a hot minute, and that was awesome. And I like meeting people. I like meeting people who watch the channel, and I just love you all so much. So yeah, I'm just excited about it. And you know, Gary and Jessica could take notes. But this lovely woman named Mary, who I met at Dice Tower West, she and her husband, I think, were competing in the Dice Tower West regional qualifier, must have heard some vlog or some sort of thing where I was complaining about not having enough to, not stopping to eat whatsoever. And so she's like, I've got something for you. I was like, okay, great. She said, where will I find you? And I was like, well, I'll be around. And then I was still standing in the same spot, which is great because I'd like talking to people when I should be running off to do my job. But then she gave me this little care package. So thanks, Mary. And then it was great because she gave it to me and then like ran off. And then I chased her down and I said, listen, I'm going to thank you. I'm going to thank you the way you deserve to be thanked. Anyway. I don't know. I'm excited. I was excited that I got a chance to go up to my room and get some frozen carrots. They didn't start frozen. That's not a choice, but they're frozen because of they're half frozen. But I got half a bag of carrots that are good to eat. And then finally get some vegetables in me after 34 long years. I don't know. You want to see the system? I'm going to walk you through the system and how much friggin' Keith and I have built. So I probably put in that clip of what we were making in terms of the card cam. So here's how I run the stream. Let me switch. Here is OBS, Open Broadcast Software. We've got a camera there. We have currently 9 cameras running in this setup. Oh, baby. That's for B commentary. If we ever have a side commentary that we need to come in, this is our main commentary, and you can see that it's here. And then there's a little ticker tape that has the early bird code. There's also, we just built this in to highlight the Red Cathedral, which is sweet with that sweet little move transition. Daddy. Because Red Cathedral, they're having an awesome competition that I will film the final of. And you can probably find that on Dice Tower, where somebody can win a plane ticket and lodging 3 days to Spiel to compete in the World Championship, plus $100 WSBG 2025 coupon. It's a friggin' awesome prize. DeVere are great. Like they're really great. Their games are awesome. So we have that going on. We can also take the ticker out and bring the ticker tape back in just to, tell people that there's an early bird code for WSBG. And then over here, let me switch hands on my camera. Hi. Over here, we have all the scenes that we've built. So in OBS, you have to build additional scenes based upon what looks you want. And then in addition, so we have all of our, well, I'll go a little bit closer. We have our scenes. These are our main scenes with different camera shots. Then we have ads of different things. So tune in next time. That's Azul, which I need to change. Doop-a-doo-doo. This is how you change it. You basically go click, you go into properties, you browse. I get one of my custom things, and we're going to be streaming Earth later. So that's going to be the, okay, let me hit okay. I was trying to scroll down because I'm looking at the camera. Boom, that'll be our next one, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Earth. And then there's just a bunch of different, that's my little ad that I made for the WSBG using great photography from Kenny, who isn't here this year, and hopefully our photography won't suck for it. I bet it will. Good thing I can say that because I'm on room and board, and my bosses won't hear me. I mean, I told them to their faces as well. Anyway, we've got these ads, and then it'll auto go back to whatever scene you were at when it's done. Yeah, boom. And that should do a sweet little cool transition back to the previous scene that you were at. So if you were in commentary, for example, which always has that little cool transition to it. So then there's those. Then we have here where we can make little adjustments to, oh, I've got to change that. We don't want to do that. Oh. Don't like that. All right, that means I have to do some work. Great. So one of our card cameras went down P4. Maybe it's not plugged in. I need to go check that. And then I have these are called nests. So they're nesting scenes where you build them as nesting scenes so like we have a green screen nest. So this is our green screen over here. Boom. We put something in. We bring it to life, essentially. And then we fade it out. That's the Arc Nova tournament map. So that's for showing cards, essentially, as the game progresses. Boop. And I have this handy-dandy little stream deck, which has buttons for all of those things. So if I want to, let's go back to commentary. Boom. I should do it like this so you can see the flow, right? If I want to switch to like the top-down, I can. That's a different top-down look. We have built in, as I was showing you, like these card cameras. And so that's the one that's not working right now that I have to go fix and troubleshoot. But we aren't going to use them for Azul anyway, so it doesn't matter. I got the ticker out of there. Although I should leave that up because that should be at the beginning. And we can go to different sort of camera shots, player 1 and 2, player 3 and 4. Oh yeah, I wanted to be in commentary to show you all of our like little logos if we're ever talking about sponsors. Right, we can bring their logos in, which in order to make it look nice, we got to take the ticker tape out to do, like, boom, 25th Century Games, we're talking about them. Or like DeVere Games, we're talking about them, because we were talking about DeVere. And so even if you go to a different scene, as long as we've programmed it into that scene, like there's logos in this scene, but there aren't logos in that scene. So I don't need to worry about it. And then if I were to kind of go through here and be like, oh yeah, DeVere's on, I turn DeVere off, and then I can go back to the other scene and it's gone already. That's just kind of the flow. And so I try to balance between what do we show, where do we push in on specific players, when do we run ads. We'll also have Keith's computer here and my computer over there as like a little whiteboard. But let's go and troubleshoot and walk to the other side and make sure. I bet it's just a cable that is not working. So I've got this. Silence, please. Streaming in progress. And then you go around the corner. That's where I do my little green screen intros and whatever. Oh, great. There's nobody kind of in this area, so I don't have to worry. I wonder who made the Azul final. We're going to find that out pretty soon. And then we go over here. We see all the cables. We have run a bunch of different cables that we are connected to over here. Oh, and a tip, if you're ever using Cat6 cables to extend things, make sure that they are 150 feet or less, because larger ones will give you trouble. And so like that's the shot of one of the card cameras, right? Like that's the top down camera up there. If we look over here, we just added in that camera for a live stream when we wanted to pick up 6 players, but generally there won't be 6 players, so these chairs can go away. And then over here is something that is not working, and I don't know why. So that's something that I will make Keith fix. This is a program Video Ninja, so it turns phones into like wireless cameras, essentially. So I'm just gonna go on that. Connection's not private. Oh, okay. Go back, allow. I probably just have to re-log into the internet, honestly. So let's make a new tab. Let's go to Google. See if it makes me log into. Yeah, I bet it's because I have to log into the internet. So I'm not an iPhone user. You don't need to see that. Disconnect. And then we're searching for Wi-Fi. I don't know. You don't need to see that. I'll troubleshoot later. I'm going to stop filming now. But yeah, that's kind of the setup. We have all of our jumble of cable down there, and then we're going to film. We film all the other tables. This is leftover from brass, which somebody needs to clean up. And whoever wants to set up a game there will, I suppose. And those are all the sponsors to make it happen. So yeah, shout out to those people. Otherwise, oh yeah, people are finishing up Dune Imperium right now. So we were supposed to have a stream with Matthias, designer of Arc Nova, and John D. Clare, designer of many things, Space Base and many things. Look them up. But John D. Clare moved on into the Dune Imperium, so we couldn't. I don't know if Matthias is there. I should be showing you the people. Yeah, and then this is later in the day, so these tables are not filled. But people are finishing up Earth over there, and we'll be good to go for the streams. I've got to troubleshoot. Haha, I was right. I just had to sign in to the internet. I agree. Connect. And I bet, and I'll show you if I'm right, I bet it'll work. Sure, allow all cookies. I'm not going anywhere. Great. Now we're going to go to Google. Google, perfect. Oh, I want more. I want to see our tabs. We're going to go to Video Ninja. Go. Share your camera. Allow. Camera's going to load. Oh, this is also something where we have to go to our own camera for some reason and go into video for it to remember that, yes, we did have a video. Maybe because I'm set as 4K here. I'm not sure. And then we go back. And that should work. Boom. See, sometimes you just have to start and restart and until things work. And now we see that we should see those little eyes go to the 1, which they did. And then we want this to be around 2. So 1.7. Oh. So 1.7 is okay. 2.19. That means that's a nice connection in terms of transferring what will be a nice little card cam. 2.33. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay. So there's your tech portion. I told you, I think it would have been funnier if I didn't do a run through, but that's okay. That's essentially what I've been working on and what I've been building and what Keith and I have been building over the course of troubleshooting. And once we get back to plan A, then you can always add and you can tweak and you can refine. So there's a little bit behind the scenes of the director of production of the World Series of Board Gaming. Again, a title I gave myself. Ooh, actually, we're almost back now. I vamped long enough, so I should be able to come back in here and we'll go back to our scene and hopefully, if it worked, shaboom, shaboom, shapoopy. Things are working okay. All right, well, I don't have much to say. It's 3 a.m. I'm gonna wake up at 7:15. My first late night though. Trying to get all the videos in order for the stream tomorrow, and we'll see what we see. Bye.
This is very tense. I probably have better footage from somewhere else. I'm slacking on my job to do my other job. Look how quiet everyone is.
Stand up, all of you, stand up for a second. Turn to me. All right. Okay, good hand it to me. 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 All right, you ready? First comes out.
Yes.
Lost Ruins of Arnak come out. Ticket to Ride comes out.
Great Western Trail. Great Western Trail.
Splendor comes out.
Yuka probably eliminated Splendor. Great Western Trail is still in the match. Please don't let it be Great Western Trail. You want to be in the room and board vlog? Please don't let it be Great Western Trail.
Is Brass still in?
No, Yuka took out Brass. Oh man. Oh no. Not Great Western. Not Great Western.
All right, here we go. Angela's gonna hold it. Look up, look away, over here, over here, over here. You wanna grab it? Reach in. Got it? Okay. Keep it in your hand. Don't show anybody. 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 Pick hands. All right, pick one. Pick one. Okay, you got it. Okay, thank you, Angela. Just hold that right there. Here we go. I'm gonna read it off as he puts it out. Ready? Well, let's go play Dune Imperium.
Yeah. Let's go.
And also another one on Monday. There went the last one on the third day. I was down to one knife. And the fourth day was just a magical run. And of course I didn't change my underwear last night, and I didn't change my underwear this morning. Probably wear the same underwear next year.
Wait till September of next year, like somebody did once. So that code won't be any good. All right, last thing. Let's get out of here. 11 clap on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Keith Brown, guess what?
We did it.
We're done.
No, we're not. We got.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, we gotta pack it all up. We gotta pack up all our cords. But our last stream
It's done.
is done.
The streaming is done.
And the way we went out was the cameras all crashing right before we started, the internet crashing in the middle of it, and
But no one noticed.
nobody even
Except
knew.
one guy in chat.
Yeah, but to you, I say, you tried doing it, you piece of. Well,
Can't wait for this to be online.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post this. This isn't getting posted, but Keith, say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
Thanks for being here. I'll probably film some more, but I'm not gonna put Keith in it after all of those cursing.
Why the fuck not?
Oh, this is one thing that I thought was very funny about the shirt I was wearing, is that what did this say? You're here for Chris. Tap here for Chris. It's a tap here for Chris, Brian only, because we were doing the flow so much that Brian would tap me whenever there was a green screen, and then I started activating the green screen if other people would tap me trying to get me. So I put that on my shirt to make sure that yeah, I could I could be here. There's me. I could not be disturbed. Anyway, time to go to Tacos El Gordo with Keith and Kira. Woo! And then leave. Then leave. We're all done. We're all packed. I'll do a little recap when I get back. But it was hopefully a great event. I hope people enjoyed it. Gary made it to the finals at Cascadia, came in second, and then the Cascadia winner made it all the way to the final table. So it's basically like Gary made it all the way to the final table. June, who has watched some of these videos apparently as well, won the whole thing, and his speech was so friggin' funny, although I probably included it. His first speech was, I'd like to thank my wife for playing board games with me, and my 7-year-old for playing board games with us, and my 4-year-old for playing with himself and not interrupting our board games, and my 1-year-old for sleeping while we play board games. It was very funny. Very, very funny. Anyway, I gotta go. Goodbye.
Strip in downtown Edmonton or whatever.
Okay. Have you ever seen a happier boy? Now this is paradise. Now this is the real deal. Healthy? Healthier. See ya. Well, we're back. We're back home. This is significantly longer than I was expecting to film this when I got back, right? Like the day after I got back, but then I had to start prepping for an audition and start making sure I did some post-production stuff, and I kind of forgot. And I was like, oh, I want to put out the WSBG vlog on Room and Board, and then I realized I had no ending. So this is the ending. Time to film the ending. My last day, Keith, Kira, and I, we went to Tacos El Gordo. I had 9 tacos. I didn't hit 10, and I feel completely horrible about myself. But then we hit the airport, we came home, and we got in. Our flight was delayed, so we got in around like 3 a.m. But it was good. Reflecting upon the event, it ended up being probably the most positive event on my own personal work side, which was great. The best part about the final day is that we did leave a little bit later, so we didn't have to get to the airport that much, and so I got to hang out with some patrons. I got to hang out with some Room and Board patrons who were friggin' staying the extra day. And so I got to shout out to Gary and Jessica and Peter and Jamie, and it was just so wonderful. We went for brunch at Alexa's with 3 X's. That's how you know it's in the Paris Hotel. And yeah, it was just so lovely. And then Peter and his wife, they pieced out to go to the Valley of Death. I think they said, I'm going to walk in the Valley of Death, or Dry Bones Valley. It was one of them. It was some sort of desert. And I said, well, I'm going to stay in. And what was fantastic is I got to play a game. So Gary, Jessica, and I, we played White Castle. We played the White Castle, which I had taken a copy home with me because in case I'm ever running an event where I need a copy of the game. White Castle is now in the 16 games. It took over Ticket to Ride spot. And that's the first time I got to play White Castle. It was great because Gary and Jessica had played it once before, so they got to teach me. Oh, it was the best thing ever. They bought me brunch and they taught me a game. I almost went home with them. But I already had my flight booked, so, you know, too expensive to change. Plus the adoption papers, like my parents would have been so sad. It would have been a whole thing. But I would have done it because they taught me a game, and man, White Castle is friggin' slick. I'm so excited to keep playing this and get better at it. And look into some strategy guides and develop one so I can do like a how to win series for the World Series. I decided not to include all the final ceremonies because I did that over on WSBG's channel, so I'll try to include a link down below. If you are not subscribed to WSBG's YouTube channel, just go do that for me. It would help me out. It just would look good for when the numbers keep going up. And you can see all the ring winners. You can see all the people who won the rings. You can see the Player of the Year award as well, which was super cool. I knew that we were going to do this. We were going to give out like a free stay and play to the person who was like the most sportsmanship, and all the judges voted and monitored over the course of the week. And so that was really cool. He took home a cool trophy as well from the same people who did the War of the Ring and the Twilight Struggle trophy, made out of an actual piece of the Berlin Wall. That's how friggin' bomb these trophies were. I should have a video of the War of the Ring one that I gotta send off to Spike. Lift Arc Studios. Shout out to them. But yeah, White Castle is great. It is great. Obviously, it's the Red Cathedral style great. I might even like it more than Red Cathedral, but of course I'm just enamored with that first play, and I got to see about the replayability and how things chain together and all that sort of stuff. But it's just a really, really lovely way to finish up the day. And then retrospectively, I think it went well. I think it went like a pretty good event with what we had to work with and the problems that we solved behind the scenes. I was really proud of all of that. It was really nice. Chris Yee, he and I were working really closely because he was doing a lot more behind the scenes stuff and doing all the vlogs and doing some editing for Dice Tower. I mean, all the Dice Tower crew, they were working, but Chris Yee was most in our room. And so we hung out a bit, and he sent me a really nice text, a couple of texts afterwards being like, what did he say? He said it was very nice. He said I was just like the bomb. I think that's all he said. Oh, big baller boss. Like he said, I don't use the words big baller boss lightly. So that was nice. It's just always nice for people to appreciate when you're working with them. It's great. Yeah, now we're back into post-production. I have to do a little 60-second teaser clip of what's going to happen with WSBG moving forward, so when publishers jump on board. But we already have 8 publishers on board that are going to be doing 8 like exclusive items and sending 8 designers. So like half of the designers of the game should be coming to the World Series, and you can like come and play games with them next year, which would be pretty cool. If you are interested in attending World Series, there is an early bird going on. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. Probably until December, but you can use the code EARLYBIRD to save yourself $100, and then you can get 4 nights on the strip and a 5 to 6 day open gaming pass and like 4 entries into the tournament, access to all the like outer ring events, which I think we're all changing all of them to be Phoenix events, where it's just like going to be a small buy-in, and then you play 2 games, you can walk away with like $250, which a ton of people did. I think we gave away like $8,000 through that, which was really cool, of people who won in their second chance. It was probably more because John just got excited sometimes. It was like, you know what, I'm giving you an extra $250. I'm rounding it up. Because he's great. The team is a really lovely team to work for. Like, they're trying really hard, and they're really trying to make this thing work and make it a success, and basically get at least to the break-even point, which would be great, because they give so much stuff away. So if you, and I really like, having been, I asked, this is important. I asked everybody at the breakfast table, I was like, hey, like, was it worth your while? Like, this was from a room and board capacity, not like a Chris WSBG capacity, like room and board capacity, because like, as Chris from Room and Board, I feel like it is a good deal. Like, I know the hotel rooms are going to be $170 to $200 on the strip per night. And the hotels will be like, no, you can get it for $30, but we have $140 worth of casino fees. I'm like, well, then it's just like the shipping, right? It's just the shipping. It's the same thing. It's all these hidden fees. The total number is like $170 to $200. And so when I factor that in, you're essentially getting 4 entries into this tournament where you could win $25,000. You could win a ring, plus like all the open gaming events, plus all the like mini tournaments that you can participate in. If you do the early bird as well, it's like $200 a night is what I estimate for a hotel. Then that knocks off $800, which is so expensive. And then the actual fee for the tournament is like $190. That might be a bit of like quote unquote girl math, because if it's actually $170, then add another $120 on it. So it's like $310 for the actual experience, but it's like a 6-day thing. Most open gaming passes are like $150 to $175. So it's just that extra little bit to enter in the tournament, have the chance to win $25,000. Plus, there's all. I don't think there is a event out there, because we're not really a convention. We're like an event, right? I don't think there's an event out there where they give as much away as we do. I don't think. And in that, everybody got a swag bag where you got like 20 strong. You got a couple other games. You got a couple promo packs from stuff. I didn't get a swag bag. And if you participate in the tournament, you got things like the Heat exclusive map, that is a nice map. It is like super quality. You got the Ark Nova tournament map. You got like a promo card for Terraforming Mars. You got a play mat for Earth. Like if that was your dance card, and we're trying to make that happen for everything next year. So like for me, that value proposition feels like a really good value proposition. And so I wasn't, but I don't know, right? Because I work for them. I think it is good, but you never know, because when you're close to something and you're working for them, then you're working for them, right? So it always muddies it a bit. But like I think it's a good deal. It is a deal that like I would probably do myself. Like I would save up and I would make that like my trip instead of spending $500 on a Kickstarter. I did that in one of the ads for WSBG, and they're like, "Well, we can't really come for Kickstarter, like in case they sponsor or whatever down the line." I was like, "Who cares? Kickstarter's doing fine. You can spend 2 all-in pledges and just cancel that from your Kickstarter budget, and then you can come to the World Series and have like an awesome 6 days." Anyway, so I asked the group who we had brunch with, like, is it worth it? And it was a good reference point too. The things that they didn't like, that we would like to have happen, but probably won't happen for a little bit, would be more spectating, like being actually able to go into the tournament hall and spectate. We don't allow that because of potential cheating, right? We not that we've had issues, and just potential distractions too. That's one of the reasons why we don't do that. But I thought one of the big ones that I hadn't thought of before was in the open gaming area. I was like, so is the open gaming area worth it? They're like, yeah, for sure. But a lot of the tournament players want to play the game that they're playing the next day to practice, and under those specific rules as well, right? So they were going to play some Castles of Burgundy, and somebody's like, "Are we all playing with the same map?" And they said no, and he's like, "Nah, I'm not interested then. Like, I want to practice for my event tomorrow," which is totally reasonable, but also good to note that potentially the opportunities for that open gaming won't be as plentiful with people who are coming from the tournament. However, we did have, and if you go, remember this tip, we did have different colored badges if you were a tournament player or if you were an open gaming player. And so you could just look for people with an open gaming badge, you know, they got no skin in the game, and then you can play whatever you want. But because it is still like a smaller event, and a lot of people are in that first round of the tournament, it's something to be aware of in terms of your options and selection of people to play with. And that was a bit of feedback that I got from the group as well, which I thought was really important because I had never that had never been an aspect that I had considered. And so I want to talk about it here because I really appreciate people's feedback who have been to the event, and especially from like a room and board perspective. That's why I'm excited to post this vlog on room and board, because I don't have to do it in the lens of WSBG. I could make jokes, you know. I try to be a little bit more professional on WSBG's channel and not be as batshit insane as I am here. But I think this would be a great collection down below. Like if you are interested in the event, I mean, you've made it to this far, maybe you just wanted to see what I was up to, and like I really appreciate that. It's cool that you wanted to know and got to take a little peek into the thing that I've like worked the whole year towards. And now I'm going to switch into the sort of post-production and do commentary and get some of the previous winners to commentate on the events, because I think that's great to have. But I really want to know from like that room and board value perspective, what's stopping you? Have you been to other events? Like, where does the cost seem inflated? Because I know it seems like a large amount because it's all put together. But I wonder what people spend on a convention that is not WSBG with hotel, all the hotels included, right? Like, what's your cost there? Because I know we were looking around for other hotels and other places to even have it, if we could give you a better deal. And so it's just that's something that I'm particularly interested in, and would be great to have a cool open dialogue in the comments about that too. Or if you have any questions about WSBG, I'm happy to answer them. And you know, I'll answer them as friggin' I'm an open book, unless there are like exclusive things that we have to wait to announce as part of their marketing plan and their release plan, which, let's be honest, isn't really a thing. We just spill the secrets whenever we want. But I'm part of that problem. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of a tangent. I don't know. It was a fun event. It was fun. It was a good time. I hope it was a good time for the attendees. Generally, everybody who I talked to
says it was a good time. I got the sense that Peter, if you're watching this one, let me know. I got the sense from, but I forgot to ask it at brunch, that you wouldn't probably be able to come back or be interested in coming back. Maybe that was my sense. I don't know. Let me know. I know Gary will be coming back because Gary made it to, okay, we also have to celebrate friggin' Gary, who you saw in the video. I panned to him. You can see him in the Cascadia final. Came in second in the final. Room and board crew, let's go. Let's give it up for Roshko, baby. Yeah, I was so friggin' stoked. So stoked that Gary made it to the final table, and I cannot wait to commentate on that. And the Cascadia winner made it all the way to the final table, the grand finals, and won $5,000. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, White Castle was fun. It's right beside me. I also brought back War of the Ring and Twilight Struggle because I've never played either of those. And Zach loves Star Wars Rebellion. So at some point in time, Zach and I are going to get together and we're going to have a War of the Ring Star Wars Rebellion day where we play both. And then we might film a final thoughts or a comparison between the two. And he also has Dune War for Arrakis. So we're gonna play that too. And then I feel like I would do a separate one where it's Dune versus the other two, because War of the Ring and Star Wars Rebellion get compared so much. I feel like that should be a video. I don't know. Let me know about that because that's probably what I'm gonna do. And then I also brought back Dune Imperium Uprising. Even though Zach has a copy, again, I brought home a copy just to be able to have a little bit more experience with it, and in case I ever have to run an event, well, Dune Imperium Uprising has replaced Dune Imperium in the line. But there's the vlog. It was a good trip. I can't believe how much sleep I got. I did not vlog for the day 3 or day 4 because they were long days, but they were good days. And once we got through those snafus at the beginning, things really worked out, and that was very exciting to happen. And we'll see next year how much more we can push this traveling laptop system that we got going on, and see how we can up level things even further. So yeah, if you have any questions about the World Series, my vlog's not really good at showing it. I think Alex and Meg were vlogging, so they'll probably have a better thing. Jenna from Board Game Garden probably will have some sort of vlog content about it. I don't know, because they were there. Or you can check out the Dice Tower vlogs as well for more actual action. This is just my little perspective, and as we know, I was hiding in a little troll box. So I think that's a good thing to finish us off. But yeah, it was a very exciting end. It was a very exciting last day. White Castle's great. Oh, and I also stole a copy of Radlands too, because I played it a couple times. And I think it's quite good. And we had a cool Radlands tournament that was there. And I thought I should do some promotion for Radlands because it's a fun game. And so I saw it and I almost didn't take it. And then I said, you know what? It's so small and it does pack such a nice variable punch in that 2-player head-to-head card game that we love, the Duel Monsters genre. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun game, worthwhile picking up. There's this little thing. The art on the cards is fun, and I mean, I haven't even opened this. It may not even be rad, but there is. Ready for some magic? Oh, how did that disappear? How did it disappear? Oh, take that, Keith Brown. I edited it out. Yeah, Radlands is a fun little game, and it is a good enough game that I was like, you know what? I kind of want a copy. Even though I don't play 2-player head-to-head card games that much, I still was like, you know what? I kind of want a copy. And that's important since I've been aggressively purging and I don't want things that I won't play. I don't regret taking this because it's fun. So yeah, go check out that other part of the recap, the WSBG video that I did about the winners, to see June's full speech, that full final speech, because it was great. And thanks for being here. Let me know what I need to do to make these vlogs better and more interesting. If it's throwing in a Teemo ad, I'll do it. I'll do it. You know, the more people that say that I shouldn't do Temu ads, you know that it's just going to make me bring it up more, right? Do you know that? Do you know that about me? Do you know that I'll come at you with the fullest force of the internet trolldom manifested as a human? I think you might. Seriously though, the sponsors like this also has given me a really renewed appreciation for companies and for advertising and for sponsors. And like the sponsors of the World Series of Board Gaming are awesome. Like they're taking a risk. They're all taking a risk to supply things like either games for free, like a bunch of product, or contributing prizes, or like that money's got to come from somewhere. And it is not a big enough event yet that it can all come from the World Series and all come from people's like buy-ins. And so like the sponsors that are on the sponsors banner for the World Series, I have seen what they have done, and I have seen that they have all really stepped up. Like Chip Theory barely has competitive games, and they're like, you know what, this is a cool event, we want to be involved. And they donated a copy of 20 Strong, which I will have a review out for that soon. I promised them that a very long time ago, and I now have finally played it a ton so that I can review it all. But like they gave out a copy of 20 Strong to every person who was there. And that was like 1,000 people. Like they gave us like 1,000 copies of 20 Strong. That's like $30,000 worth of product just contributed to give away to anybody who's attending, right? And they did that because they're like, no, we want to make this event cool. Like that's it. That's what they wanted. They're like, we want to make the event cool, and we want to make sure that there's a swag bag that everybody can take home and that has something good in it. So they're like, boom, let's throw in a game. And other people donated games, like Yellow donated games. DeVere, I don't know if DeVere donated games. DeVere gave like one of the best prizes, again, a literal round trip that you could win for playing Red Cathedral, and tons of like DeVere gift cards, which with DeVere's catalog is almost better than the round trip. Min and Elwin, who work for CGE and design Lost Ruins of Arnak, like they brought an extra prototype there of their new game to play test. All the designers were bringing stuff like that, and they were saying this is a really cool event. They're like, we love the vibe here. We love seeing everybody be so supportive. Like we love seeing what this is doing for board gaming, and so just hearing that feedback and seeing the trust that these companies, who I know like the razor thin margins that board game companies function on, right? It is not a it's not like getting EA Sports to sponsor something, you know. It is these companies who are just trying to make things work and keep on producing games and like keep their businesses running. And it's really extraordinary to see like the trust and faith that they put into the event. Which makes me like really appreciate all the sponsors and appreciate those companies and see what those companies are doing and want to really sort of shout them out. So yeah, shout out to the sponsors. Seriously, like they don't sponsor me, you know, like WSBG pays me. All of that is just kind of going to enhance like all of their sponsorship stuff. The funnel, the way it works is it goes towards the player experience, which is awesome. Right? Chip Theory is like, no, we want to make sure that everybody walks away with something cool. CG is like, yeah, we'll throw in some Codenames promos, whatever. Yeah, Asmodee sponsored a bunch of stuff too, right? Like Space Cowboys, Days of Wonder, that's all Asmodee, making sure that we had all the games. Same with Capstone, same with Renegade Games, same with Direwolf Digital, same with Inside Up. Game Theory Tables always gives us tables to literally give away. Fricks Games made sure that the promo happened. We had a couple board game like publishing marketing agencies who like donated their time as well. Off Duty Ninja and Flat River Group, you've probably heard of them. Ares gave like everybody a War of the Ring Treebeard promo, which I think is the promo that they always give out, but still, they give it to us too. Like all of this stuff costs money. Roxley getting all the copies of Brass and making sure that like Radlands had a mini tournament there as well. Next Move Games, GMT Games, Columbia Games, and the jeweler, Joe & Co. Jewelers. Just like the rings were the coolest that they'd been this like ever. I only had a couple videos and I felt bad because during the Lost Ruins of Arnak I wanted to showcase the ring, and then I showed the Dune Imperium ring and I was like, oh, maybe that was the bad one to show, but it was the only one that I had, and I wanted to show the video. It was the only one I had at the time because they didn't have the assets yet. But then I felt bad. I was like, oh yeah, retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have shown the Dune Imperium ring Lost Ruins of Arnak, because they always get compared so much, even though they shouldn't whatsoever. They're very different games. But yeah, anyway, 25th Century Games with Raw, they donated a bunch of like deluxe Raw copies as well to like give away and stuff. It was cool. It's cool looking on that side of the curtain and seeing that side of the lens as well, and seeing like the buy-in from a lot of these companies that has to happen. And I know that a lot of these companies, you know, are trying to make it work. And I know the board gaming industry isn't like the most lucrative. So it's really cool to see when all the companies come together like that, and the community come together too. So I hope everybody who attended had a great time. That's what it boils down to. I would be willing to bet that most people did, but you can let me know if you were there and if I'm wrong. That's it. I've talked for long enough for this ending, and I thought I was going to end it 15 minutes ago, but then I just kept talking about sponsors. But that's just off the top of my head and on the subject of the World Series. And yeah, hope the vlog was somewhat interesting. I guess I don't know if it was, but I appreciate you being here. Again, I do not have a catchphrase, but if I was putting this in the World Series, I would finish it with, I'm Chris George from all of us here at the World Series of Board Gaming. Get in the game. And if you want to see a catchphrase, they got one over there. Me, Chris George from Room and Board, I don't have one yet, but I'm working on it. I'll keep working.